guys doing today, man? I'm pretty fucking stoked today. I am gonna cuss in this podcast because it's kind of interesting how everything came around and how we started doing this. It's three different mindsets in this podcast, and I'm kind of excited because this wouldn't happen if it wasn't gonna be for these two guys on my left and on my right, and my homeboy Chris behind the camera. I'm gonna give him a quick shout out. But yeah, it's going to be the Energy Lifestyle Podcast, and we're going to have a little bit of everything. We're going to have entrepreneurs, business owners. I have a few homeboys pull up. We're going to have everybody from the Southeast try to represent H as best we can, and we will travel Texas if we need to. So hopefully everything goes well, and shit, it's going to be a good experience. So before we even start the podcast, and I represent these two guys right here and show them up, we're going to have to take a shot. It's a tradition.
All right, let's do it. While we're doing this, Ernesto, why don't you tell the audience where we're at and kind of how this partnership and deal came to fruition for us to be able to record out of here?
True. Man, well, shit. Shout out to Winters in Pasadena, Texas. If y'all know anything about Winters, go hard. Pasadena. It's where grew up, where we all grew up. And it's kind of dope that now that we're a little bit older and we're doing it here, which is kind of crazy because my boy Zan's been everywhere. I'll let him talk about that later. Kane has been through a lot of journeys, and same as me, so it's kind of dope that we all came together, and now we're here where we were raised. So shout out to Winter, shout out to Jordan, shout out for everybody, letting us borrow the facility and letting us do this, because it wouldn't happen if it wasn't for him, for Chris, for Kane, for George, Winters, everybody in this involved. It comes us together, and it's kind of dope, man. It's not just one person. It's 2, 3, 4, 5, and it's going to be more eventually. So shout out to them. And with this, let's start off the podcast with a shot.
I'm going to throw up.
Nah, you can't.
Cheers. Easy.
Go ahead.
Who thought of this?
Let's talk a little bit about how this came up. It's been, how long we've been talking about doing this?
So, Ernesto and I had a podcast a while back. Ernesto and I have been talking about this for probably a year, just getting something down. He's obviously got his brand and wants to elaborate and expand on that. Myself, I just enjoy having a platform to talk about the things I'm interested in, whether
Absolutely.
That's financial, sports, NFTs, whatever I got going on, I like to hop on and talk about and kind of, share my experiences and my interests. But, with that said, Kane, I know how excited you've been about this, so I'm curious where your motivation has come from to jump on here and do something like this.
I watch a lot of podcasts, and growing up, not growing up, but the past couple of years, I've been watching a lot of podcasts, and I watch them talk about things that I'm into, and it's like, man, I can do this, and to get someone like you guys that has the same mindset, it really motivated me to want to do this and go through this journey, because I know we can do it. Three different mindsets, when it comes to anything, sports, like you said, financial, whatever it is. We can do it, and just watching people do it is like, man, I want to do that. And I'm blessed to have you two to take this journey all together,
Yeah, I think the fun part about it is too that this is a long form of media right here. We can sit down, do a podcast for 45 minutes to an hour, but this opens up the floodgates to do a lot of other things. Like if we go to the tailgate tomorrow, pull people aside, interview them about their fantasy teams, rate their fantasy teams, ask for predictions on games, ask them, what brought them out, home, away.
It's interesting
ask
with
them about the Deshaun scandal. But you can make TikToks, you can do YouTube shorts, we can create reels. There's so many different avenues we can take this. One of the things I think about that we've talked about a lot is UFC and boxing, right? Like you have watch parties and events. I think, interviewing and talking to people at those is exciting as well. But this is just the beginning of a lot of content that we can create and a lot of good that we can put out, I think.
For sure. I agree.
With that being said, man, like I said, once again, I appreciate y'all because I had the little game plan a while back and it didn't fall through. And y'all the ones that, brought this shit to life because, I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for y'all. Like, straight up, I was giving up. And to people who are watching this, man, y'all have something y'all want to do, just put it to play. Execute your game plan. Don't be scared of what people are going to do because there's going to be people talking. There's going to be people cheering you on. Who cares what they're doing? If they're cheering you on, hey, you're blessed. Take them on under your wing. They're not really paying attention to you. Hey, it is what it is. They're not in your name. That's why we all got different names, different areas, different age. We're all different densities, which I love that this is what we're doing. But yeah, if y'all watching this, man, y'all get out your comfort zone and just do it, because that's what we're doing out here. We've always planned on doing this, and now we're here, which is pretty dope. Homeboy over here, Zane, drove from Dallas today.
Before that, landed from Vegas.
Yeah, landed from Vegas last night. Drove here to make it happen. But this is what it's all about, man. Like Ernesto, Kane, and I, we've all been friends for a long time. Ernesto's been there for me for as long as I can remember. And whatever I can do to help him out, whenever I can, I'm always going to go that extra mile. And, I mean, this is just cool to see, right? A real business opportunity, creating a podcast. And we're doing this because we enjoy it. But I think Ernesto and I have a lot of stories from high school and growing up where we tried Verve, we tried Cutco, we did all the multi-level marketing. We did everything we could try from 15, 16 years old. But obviously we learned the hard lesson, which was good. Beauty of it. But it built us to where we are now with our different ventures that we have going on. So it's really cool to see how it's all come full circle.
That's the beauty of that. You got to fail to get back up. You know what I mean? You can learn from your.
We definitely failed,
but it is what it is. And you learn from those mistakes, man. You can't beat yourself down. You got to keep it going, and then this is a perfect opportunity. And it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a fun ride.
No, but I'm excited. Like I said, there's gonna be drinking involved in here, so y'all already know what time it is. When it comes to shots, drinks, you don't want to answer a question, by all means, it's okay. Drink a shot, drink a shot. We got that covered. But yeah, man, like I said, it's a good opportunity for each one of us, because at the end of the day, we're human beings, and we do have a full-time job. Just people watching this, it's a whole full-time job. I got a full-time job. He has a full-time job. We got our lives around this, and for us to come together and just express that feeling that we got, and if one person takes it to the next level and likes the stuff we say, I appreciate y'all, because that's the whole point of this. I'm here to to motivate people, and that's the whole point of energy. No fucks given, in case people are asking what it means. No fucks given. One more time, you take it how you want it, but live your dream to the fullest and take that shot you got, because you only get one opportunity, and why not take it right now?
Yeah, no fucks given for me. Watching football is a full-time job, so I got Bama and Arkansas over here. We didn't have a chance to get the TVs on in the back, so I had to make sure I wasn't missing any of it. Yeah. But this is what I do. This is basically my religion, is football and sports in general. Yeah. Ernesto, I'm curious, what do you have any events or anything planned for UFC fights that are coming up that you want the audience to know about?
Yeah, for sure. Well, UFC, I'm from Pasadena, so I love to, host as many UFC events we could do right here as we speak in this place where we're recording Winters. Like I said, this is home to me. I live in Pasadena. I was raised in Pasadena. And why not do it here in Pasadena, somewhere close, somewhere for the people, because I know damn well I want to drink sometimes. I want to go out sometimes, but I don't want to get too far from home. And this is the spot, man. They do everything. They got bands. They got, mainly alcohol. They got food. They got a good vibe, good environment. And it's just kind of cool knowing that Pasadena has something like this, because you don't see it too much. So, yeah, we try to do every UFC event as possible, pay-per-view here, due to, like I said, we all got families. We all got lives around this. So, but yeah, this is the spot we do, and hopefully we're going to do a Halloween party coming soon in October with postseason coming up. So, yeah, be on the lookout for that.
And the UFC events that you do here, they do really well. I mean, you put a projector, projectors outside, music. They bring waitresses come out there and take care of you out there. Bathrooms are not far. You just walk inside. It's a vibe, And people that are inside, they'll watch the concert, but after the concert's over, they'll come out and catch the main card, and it gets crazy out there, It really does well, and hopefully we can keep that going.
And like I said, if y'all got a spot where y'all watch our UFC fight in Pasadena, y'all comment below, because I don't know of a spot. I've been living in Pasadena for 26 years old, and I got to travel outside of Pasadena just to watch a fight. So y'all support Winters, man. I mean, for sure. Like I said, this is a whole new vibe. It's a whole new movement we're trying to push, and UFC's taking over low key. So
for sure,
let's take advantage of that, because who doesn't like the UFC right now?
Yeah.
And in other sports news, the Astros clinched the AL last night.
Absolutely.
So obviously I know the answer to this, but I'm curious. Y'all planning on going to any postseason games?
Yeah, we're going to be alcoholics the whole month of October.
I at least want to catch one.
Ernesto does this thing where he doesn't drink for like 6 months, and then MLB postseason comes around, he's just hammered.
Yeah.
I know. Either excited for the Astros to win or to be let down again, unfortunately.
He's worth the month. October is drinking October.
Yeah, it's a big deal for me, at least. I mean, growing up, we played baseball together since we were
Little, man. We go
10
way
years old.
back.
So baseball was a huge part of our life. So
Big
for
time.
us to do this and watch it together it
it's
means
dope,
a
bro.
lot, you know.
It's a dope ass
And,
experience because, I mean, fuck. Again, if you would have told me this when we were playing baseball, hey, in a couple of years, 10 years from now, we're going to be doing a podcast, I would have been like, dude, what's a podcast?
Yeah, for sure.
So it's kind of dope how now in 2022, all this is happening.
Yeah.
And it had to start somewhere, man. Like I said, one more time, I appreciate both y'all because without y'all, this would not be happening. And now we're making it happen right here. Shout out again to my homeboy Chris,
Yeah, for sure.
recording this, doing everything. He's taking pictures for me. I know some people that follow me, they know who he is. Y'all follow him, man.
Big shout
I'll
out
put
to
his-
him.
Yeah.
I'll tag him underneath the screen and follow him and show him some love. Y'all need pictures, y'all need videos, whatever y'all need from him.
Podcast.
Hey, podcast that's trying to start it. Hey, we're all about it, and he's about it. So,
Yeah, for sure.
and this is not just like I said. I try to promote getting out your comfort zone because I mean, it's not easy getting out of your comfort zone. A lot of people take that shit and too hard, and once some negative person says something, they get down. It's easy. It's the
Yeah.
easy way out. And
That's the thing, man. Negativity is going to be there.
No,
you
it's
know what I
always
mean?
gonna be
And
there.
if you
People
go-
are always going to hate, man. You can't worry about
Always.
the keyboard warriors. I'll say something going back to earlier, like with me having a podcast in the past, right? I didn't do it to make money, anything.
Yeah, it's for
Sports
fun.
and numbers has always been my thing, so I felt I was doing myself a disjustice if I didn't put any content out around it. But the most valuable thing I got from the experience was old friends and people from high school I hadn't talked to in years were
Yeah.
reaching out to me and wanting to hang out, and I've rekindled a lot of those relationships. I've met new people because of it, and ultimately didn't make a dollar, wasn't trying to make a dollar.
Yeah.
But it was able to help me build on something that
Yeah.
existed before, and it was a good gateway into doing that.
Yeah, for sure. But that brings back to the comfort zone thing. For me, it really is bringing out of a comfort zone because, like I said, I've never been a part of a podcast before, so this is new to me. I mean, me and you and Ernesto can talk all day, but it's not in front of a camera or a microphone. So it's a little different, but it is.
It's not
helping.
easy to do, but it's fun.
It's not. It is.
enjoyable.
I'm having a blast right now. We're just so it's like it's
not everybody could do it. I'll tell you that.
Ernesto's already chopped.
Yeah, I dropped my vape on the floor already. So it rolled off the table.
From
I
that
can't-
one is
and I want it so bad right now. No, but let's get into if you don't mind. Let's get into how NFG started. How
Yeah.
what brought NFG to life?
Man, a lot of people might know this. If you fuck with me, you know me. You know how we do things, and you know what I've been through. Energy all started with, man, let's say the year 2017. I had a little sister, my little sister in Jidan. God bless. She went through a whole procedure, and God took her away from us. She's not here no more. So when I had my best friend, my little sister, get taken away from me, it was really hard on me. It's really hard on my family. She was 15 at the time. Y'all know me, like I said, y'all saw everything we've been through. But that's where I started. I'm like, man, I could go be an alcoholic. I could go be a drug addict. I could be anything. I was depressed. Seeing my parents, seeing my mom lose her mom and her daughter, two best friends, and within a 2-week period. I mean, that's tough. I don't want no one going through that, and I know there's people out there that could relate, but it's just something that I can't really put into words. I would not wish no one upon this.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, at the end of the day, you're like, she's 15. Why is she not here? What did she do for her to go through this? Why didn't I go through it? And I always question myself. So with that being said, I always promised her, hey, we're going to keep going. We're going to keep going. And she passed away, man, sadly. But instead of we falling down and us getting down and us crying, I knew how my sister was. I'm not the type of guy that cries a lot. I do that on my own time. But instead of being that and being depressed, me and my family got together. It's like, hey, there's only one way, and it's up. We got to keep motivated because I know she's watching upon us, and we got to keep doing our thing, because I know if she was here, if it was me taken away, she'd be doing the same thing. So we will see each other soon. I promise you that. I love you, mamas. Hey, we're doing this for you, and I can't wait to see what the journey holds on for us. But with that being said, Energy started after my sister passed away. Energy is no fucks given. I did that with, heart. Like, okay, I'm living my lifestyle. I'm going to do whatever I want. If I want to be an entrepreneur and I want to do my life the way I want, I'm going to do it. It's one time. That's all we get, man. If you're scared and you think about something, hey, when it's our time to go, we don't take nothing with us. So At the end of the day, just do you, be you. Don't worry about a critic or a hater or people talking shit about doing this, doing that. Hey, this is red, red is better, green, oh, I like green. Do whatever you want. You got to be the author of your own book because, I mean, you got your name for a reason. Not everybody's name has the same name as you. So be you, be yourself. And with that, I mean, fuck. I don't know how to explain it. My sister got to see the first energy hat. When she was going through the whole procedure, she saw the first energy hat. And whoever's watching this, I know there's some people out there that saw the picture that she sent out to her friends. It's kind of dope where she has her hand on the picture, and whoever has the picture, please send it to me. But yeah, she has her hand on the hat, and it gives me the chills knowing that she knew
she was a part of it.
Yeah,
the first step. She knew why I was doing this.
Yeah.
So anybody that's going through some hard times, going through a disease, going through cancer, going through everything, I mean, y'all take this for granted. Don't take it for granted. I mean, because I mean, it's hard, and cherish your loved ones. Cherish your loved ones. Anytime you get an opportunity to be with somebody, cherish them. If you hate somebody that you care about, hey, break that shit. Because I mean, at the end of the day, we have one life. The past is the past, and we're here to move on forward. The past, we're not gonna take nothing when God takes us. I mean, it is what it is. It's God's time, you know. So let's take this, and whoever's watching one more time, y'all don't get discouraged. It's a day. Tomorrow's a new day. We're here to make our own book, man. I mean, I don't know how more to explain it. I'm motivated than ever, and that's why we started this. That's why I started NFG, and I made this into a hat brand due to me being an addict to hats. I love hats. I hated going to Lids every weekend just to buy a fucking hat to match my shoes, match my shirt, match whatever. Now that the Astros got good, I cannot wear any team's hat. You know, I can't wear the Phillies hat. You won't see me wearing a Yankees hat, a Dodgers hat. Fuck that. So what I did, I took that upon myself and started making hats. Made a few hats. I made 12 to be exact the first time I made them. And I sold them within a week. I would wear them to a bar and they'd be like, how much? Like, what you mean, how much?
I've seen that firsthand.
Yeah,
I've seen it happen.
And it's dope. It's a good feeling because at the time, I mean, it's something you kind of create in your mindset. And you're like, oh, wait, these guys are trying to rep it.
Like someone fucks with your brand.
Yeah.
Like, that's a good feeling.
So after a while, I started, selling hats here and there, making hats for myself. And then I started selling them. Eventually, I moved out to Ohio and worked out there for a couple of years. And once I came back, stacked up some cash. And I was like, man, you know what? Fuck this. I'm going to take it, put all the marbles on the table and start my own dream that I've always wanted, my own hat brand. And that's what I'm doing. It's like you see right here. I also have my own embroidery machine. Got blessed this year. I bought my first embroidery machine. So kind of took it upon my hands now to do whatever. So now I do businesses, not just mine, but I try to bring everybody's mindset and dream, whatever you're dreaming, I could make it to life. I could bring it to life. So it's kind of dope because, you might be wearing energy. It makes me happy. But if you're repping your brand, I mean, it's kind of the feeling of seeing somebody have their own picture or their own brand in a hat for the first time. I mean, it's kind of dope. I like seeing their impression. Like,
it's the same thing as somebody coming up to you and saying, "Oh, hey, I listened to your podcast that you posted."
Yeah,
it's a nice feeling.
I'm gonna
go
crazy when someone comes up to me and says, "Hey, man, I heard your podcast." It's gonna be an awesome.
Like
feeling.
I said, it's a dope feeling. But like don't get me wrong, I love that people support me and they wear these hats. But I like the fact when they see their own image. Respect to everybody being entrepreneurs out there because it's not easy. It's not easy. There's been times that I do a pop-up and I sell 2 hats. And the 2 hats I sold low keys to my uncle. I'm standing right there.
And you told him to come by.
Hey, come buy these hats real quick.
It's not looking slim out here, man. I need you to come by. I'll cash out you the money.
Yeah, for sure. But it's just the fact that you're trying, you're pushing it out there, and this shit don't happen overnight. I've been doing this. If you know me, I've been doing this since 2017. The brand didn't get official till 2020, and then COVID hit.
Yeah.
Once COVID hit, it was rough.
But I remember you telling me you did pretty well during COVID when it comes to merch. I remember you telling me.
Thank God, man. Thank God I did really well during COVID. Got to pay some bills with the hat brand.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I mean, like, it's tough because, I mean, not a lot of people are going out. Yeah. I'm trying to doing events. I got hit up in downtown. Oh, no one has masks. No one has this. So I was like, you have to stay down low because, I mean, at the same time, it's rough. Everyone's scared for their lives, especially when they're exploding it on the news. And, I mean, we all care about our families, like I said. So you're going to do what we're being told to do, kind of. If I believe it, I mean, everybody has their own opinion. we go with that. But it was rough, man. So I know a lot of entrepreneurs were born through COVID, which is dope. And
A lot.
when I see that, it's just like, bro, respect, because I know what you've been through. I know what you've been through, and I know what you've been through. And it's kind of crazy knowing that, this disease, this flu, whatever you want to call it, came across. I mean, it's kind of got in our zone and said, you know what, wake the fuck up.
Yeah.
Let's do this. We got to support our family somehow. People started their own taco truck, their own clothing brand, their own landscaping business. I mean, a little bit of everything,
Yeah,
you know. And I don't want, hold on, sorry to cut you off, but I don't want people to wait for something like that to happen again. Like, if you got something on your mind, just, man, fuck it.
You can't wait till life's easy to get going.
Don't do that. I don't want to leave this world knowing that, man, I could have done this, I could have done that, I could have done this.
I think that's everybody's biggest fear, right? Is, did I do enough? Did I do everything I wanted to do?
Yeah.
And I'm the same way. I don't want to leave any cards on the table. I want to have control, as much as you can of your own fate, right?
For sure.
Life happens and different things unexpectedly. But I do want to say one thing. I believe in, giving flowers where they're due. And two things that, I really admire about Ernesto and his journey is he's done an amazing job of honoring his sister at every step of the way. Whether it's giving back at the hospital, taking time out of your holiday to do that. That's something that I really admire. And glad to call you a friend because of it. But the other thing, and it's kind of twofold, is I'm a pretty big thinker. Like, I like to sit, write notes, and think and overthink and keep thinking. And for as long as I've known Ernesto, if he has something set on his mind, he's just going to execute and do it. And he's always been that way. He's very much an executioner over a thinker. And it's all about, all right, we're going to try this shit out. If it doesn't work, we're going to flush it and move on and try something else. And if it does work out, let's scale it up and keep doing it.
For sure.
And that's pretty much how NFG was born and has continued to, have success over time. And it's not your primary job, I know some people that I've ran into think it is, Oh, do you still talk to Ernesto? Are you still tight with him? I'm like, yeah, dude, that's one of my best friends. They're like, oh, is he doing NFG full time? I'm like, no, man, he's got a full time job, but it's something he's passionate about and cares about. So, you treat it when you have a business and you're trying to build something, you almost treat it like your child, right?
For sure.
And you've done a great job with it.
Yeah, and that's the goal. I mean, if you could take your hobby, your passion, and turn it into a full-time job, I mean, that's the whole dream. If I could say that, hopefully one day, we're going to record it, we're going to post this on YouTube and everything. Hopefully I could come back and say, damn, look where I started. I started with two of my best friends, childhood friends.
What the hell were we talking about and doing on that first episode?
It's crazy how things happen, but I mean, we have to execute things to make it happen, and that's what I try to show out everything. Some people might hate me, some people might love me, but this is just the way I am after everything I've gone through. Like, I don't have time to waste. Things could happen tomorrow. I might not be here tomorrow, and I'm glad I posted this and we recorded this because it sucks to suck, but no one's unstoppable. And
what are you going to do? Not post this because you're worried about somebody's opinion that you don't even care about their opinion for? Somebody behind a keyboard that you don't even know. You know what I mean? You got to put it out there and see what happens, right?
It's going to be there. I'm Ernesto's beer bitch today, but it's all right.
It is what it is.
Yeah, Ernesto in charge of picking up the alcohol and got some shitty Modelo Ranch waters.
He'd do it for me. Hold on, man. These are delicious.
They're okay.
They're good, man. But I want to get back to a little bit on with your sister because I'm a father too, and I can imagine going through stuff like that. But what I admire about you and your parents so much is you guys stayed so strong through the whole thing,
and just together.
And together, you guys were. I mean, y'all were a unit, bro.
Oh, for sure.
Y'all were a team, and you have to be in a situation like that. But I remember I got to see your sister in the hospital, and your mom was in good spirits even then. Like, she was talking to my mom. There's a language barrier between me and your mom. Yeah. My Spanish isn't always it's not the best, but
sure. He's slacking.
Yeah, I know my mom. She's a real deal. My mom's a real deal.
She's the sweetest lady ever. But I was there, and your sister was she was fine at the moment, but I remember your mom talking to her, and they were both in good spirits. And then whenever we got the news about it, and then I saw them, I forgot how long after, but they were still in you could tell they were still in good spirits. And even today, I feel like if it happened to me, God forbid, like I don't know. I just don't know, And then, but I go over to your mom's house and she's just
Motivated.
cooking. You know, that she loves to cook.
She definitely loves to cook.
I've been over there all week, you know, preparing for this podcast, and she stuffs all kinds of food down my throat. And then Ernesto's like, "No, you're gonna eat," and I'm like, "Dude, all right, you know,
you're Mexican out there, you can't say no to a Mexican mom."
No,
I can't say no to her. Shit.
no, I cannot. But back to that, they just stayed so strong through the whole thing, and I admire that a lot from them, you know, because they really went through it, and you did too, you know. But it's good that you guys stayed, you know, the way y'all did, and like I said, you're still motivated, and you're still going, bro. You're still kicking, you know.
I have to, and like I said, I'm doing it for her, bro. At the end of the day, when I go to the cemetery, I have a full conversation with her, which is kind of crazy because I feel it. I never thought 10 years from now I'll be doing what I'm doing right now, going and talk to her in the cemetery and stuff like that. I know some people could relate. Like, everybody has how it happened and stuff, but seeing a 15-year-old go through a lot, seeing her wake up in the mornings, doing everything and not making a one complaint, is what blows my mind. And for her to leave us 6 years ago, and when we get united again, like, I could tell how much she left in this world, and she's not here no more. And she left so much. So if I could leave anything, be even one little 10% of my sister, I'll be blessed. Because at the end of the day, my sister, for being so young, she left a lot. And I know a lot of people that are going to be watching this that could relate. My sister was, I never saw her upset. I never saw her down. She was always motivated. And now she's not here. When I feel down, I always think about that. Why should I be down? Why should I be motivated? I'm healthy. I'm waking up every day. I'm going to work. I'm glad I could walk. There's a lot of people that are not able to do that, and that's when we take everything for granted, you know. If you get rejected from a girl, for instance, if you get in a car
you know a lot about that one, huh?
Damn.
He's got way too much experience for that.
Way too much. We can go all day on that one.
I'll be fucking up, but it's all right. But nah, like, it's just, don't take it, like, just keep doing you, man, because at the end of the day, anything could happen one day, and it could be something minor, but someone else is going through it a lot. For instance, I was in ICU for a minute with my sister, and it's just crazy knowing that, wow, this family's going through what we're going through. This family's going through. We don't think about that because we're over here having a good time partying. And, I mean, like I said, live your life to the fucking fullest, because it could be tomorrow that we're going through this, and we don't want that going on. So if you have a friend, a family member, someone you haven't seen in a while, text them, call them, just check up on them. Because, I mean, the thing I hate is like, when someone passes away, I could have talked to them, I could have said my last words, do it right now that everyone's healthy in your family, and take that for, like, be with them. I was blessed I was able to spend my last Christmas with my sister and my grandma the year they passed away. So it's kind of weird how God works. Yeah. But we're in Monterrey. Shout out to Monterrey. Shout out to all my family in
Monterrey. He had to get that in there.
Yeah. It's just crazy how I was with my sister and my grandma the last time, we spent our Christmas together. Now they're not here, but God, I trust God. I'm not going to say I'm religious, but I trust in God, and I expect everybody to, be with their families through holidays. If you can't make it, make a phone call, make something, do something, because I don't want no one rejecting, or how's it called? What's the word? Y'all help me. Not rejecting, but regretting it.
I was gonna let you get it on your own.
Regretting not calling them.
Yeah, for sure.
Because the past is the past. We ain't gonna do nothing with the fucking past. Right now, as a president, we're just thinking about the future. Whatever I wore yesterday, guess what? That was yesterday. Whatever I did yesterday, that was yesterday.
I was in Vegas yesterday and then Dallas, so the only thing I'm missing is sleep, but it's fine. We're getting through it.
And money.
Yeah, and money. One thing, staying on the topic of your sister and family for a second, you've always been a big family guy. It's always been important to you. And you've always been this way, but what I'll say as well is, you've gone so far above and beyond for your parents, especially since whatever happened. Not that you're obligated to do so, but you want to. You enjoy experiences, renovations, making memories with your family. Yeah. Not even about materialistic. No. It's just about giving back to them and being there for them. And you've done a really good job of that. It's been cool to be your friend and be a part of it.
Yeah, bro. I mean, that's the whole plan. Like I said, those are my only family members I have now. So I got to take every minute, every holiday, everything.
Be a lot of fun.
For sure,
Let the people know what's on the schedule for this weekend, next weekend. What's going on? What are we up to?
This
We
weekend,
tailgating tomorrow?
Yeah, we tailgating tomorrow. My Texans.
Tailgate tomorrow.
Hey, Texans fans, don't
They're
get it.
trash.
Tell
I'm
them.
taking the Chargers. I'm laying the 7.
Tell them.
I'm taking the Texans.
Tell them
We
not to
got
lose faith.
+6.
Tell
I'm
them not to
taking
lose
the
faith.
Chargers.
Don't lose faith, man. We gonna win the division.
Sell the team.
Yeah.
Negative.
Relocate.
Yeah,
Texans,
relocate.
Hell
Nah.
no.
Man.
No, we won't have. No,
They're gonna
don't
take
even-
the Texans just like they did
we
the
need
Comets.
we need to go tailgate at the Astros game. That's what we need to do.
Yeah,
if
we
they
get
offer,
arrested.
can you imagine if they offered a tailgate there? It'd be insane.
We'd be out of it. I'd be out of it.
I'd be out there.
Out there. Well, October's the big month.
Huge month.
Every Houston Astros regular season game looks like a playoff game right
I
now.
agree.
Like completely packed
I agree.
on a Tuesday morning.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's just absolutely insane. It's
I
really
agree.
fun to see.
It is.
I mean, they've won the division now 5 of the last 6 years.
Mhm.
We've obviously fell short twice in the World Series, but it would be real nice to meet up with LA again and beat them and
that's-
kind of put the nail
I
in
want-
the coffin with that
I
matchup.
want nothing
Yeah.
more than that right now
That's
because
all I want.
of the whole cheating
That's all I
scandal.
want.
It's like that's
The
all.
NL is tough though.
The NL is tough.
is fucking
The NL is
stacked.
tough. I'm surprised Cardinals have gotten this far. To be honest with you,
The
Shout out to
Cardinals are
Pujols.
pretty legit.
yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out to
Pujols.
Pujols. Shout out to
Albert
Pujols.
came through with 700.
Shout out
It
to
was
Pujols.
looking very slim middle of the season for him.
It was.
and it just
We were
after
talking- we were
after the
talking about
revival in the home run derby
Yeah.
when he came back and beat Schwarber.
Mm.
He just started ripping them
Yeah.
yard. They were like, "Is he really going to be able to get to 700 this year, or is he
Mhm.
going to have to come back next year and play a couple games?"
Nah.
And he took care of
Nah,
that.
he knows. He's
699 and 700 in the same game. I
in the
believe.
same game.
Yeah.
That was amazing. And then he hit 701 yesterday.
Yeah,
Or it was yesterday, 2 days ago. But he's a monster, man.
Yeah.
He's a legend for sure.
that's the bow on
And,
an unbelievable career.
Yeah, he's in my history book for sure.
I mean, we grew up watching. That's one of the guys we grew up
he
watching.
made me cry.
Oh,
That motherfucker made me cry.
his home run off of Brad Lynch.
Home run
beat the
with
Astros.
Man, quick story. Shout out to my boy Adam Garcia watching this. Man, me and Adam, we went to the game. You know, we only had standing tickets, and you know, we're in 3rd grade, if I'm not mistaken, 3rd, 2nd grade around there. And we're over there, you know, wear our gloves like we're gonna catch a ball. But low key, we standing.
Sitting in the 400s with a
but
glove.
We there, you know, patting our gloves like it's coming our way. But anyways, 9th inning comes up. We got 2 drunk guys coming up. And they see us little, you know, kids having a good time. They're like, "Hey, y'all want to come over here and sit on our chairs?" And I'm like, "Oh, hell yeah!" You know, anything to be right there. Stadium bumping. We need. Can't even remember. It was 1 or 2 outs that we need. I think it was 1. 1 out we needed to go to the World Series, and this motherfucker just
He
hits it.
launched it.
quiet. All I hear is "I told you so" from some fan, and there goes the tears down the face.
I think it was 3rd grade when we played the White Sox in the World Series.
Probably was.
It
man,
might have been
somewhere
the
in
year
there.
before that.
I
but
can't remember. I know
I
something.
remember that one because my elementary school made us put "Let's Go Astros"
Yeah.
on white socks and wear them, and we got fucking swept.
Hey, shout out
Wow,
to
that's
McMaster.
embarrassing. Who did that?
It
What
was
school was
terrible.
that? Shout out to that school.
Yeah, I'm not going to disclose that.
That ball still ain't landed, bro. That ball was launched. What was worse, Pujols or Soler?
Soler.
Soler was rough,
sucked.
bro.
Soler for sure.
That was rough.
That
to
took
watch,
the wind
man.
out of the city.
It did. The whole stadium was. You could hear the mice in that stadium. It was
That was
rough, bro.
devastating.
That's the beauty of it, man. You never know what's gonna happen. Hopefully, we
We
execute
gonna
this
make
year.
up for this.
We
shit.
know this year they're going to beat the Dodgers in the World Series.
For sure.
But, yeah.
We're gonna go to any postseason game.
Come on.
I want to go to at least one.
Come on.
One game.
Yeah.
I don't care which one it is. Let's just go. It's just the vibe in that stadium and postseason. It's a whole other level.
Yeah,
I mean, you could feel these fans scream in your chest. Like you
Houston
can,
took
we got a
over
lot
everything.
of content opportunities with that as well.
Absolutely.
Being out there interviewing drunk fans.
yes, for sure.
That'd be dope. But with that being said, I mean, this podcast is gonna be legit, man. Like we're gonna be talking about sports, business owners, entrepreneurs. A little
We
bit of
got
fucking everything.
someone at the door, but we're not going to go open it right now.
He's trying to drink early.
But
Talk
yeah.
about, before we wrap this up, why don't you talk about just the diverse backgrounds of the people we may or may not have lined up for the
Yeah, for
podcast,
sure. Oh,
just
man.
with guests and entrepreneurs.
For sure.
I think we're really trying to hammer on local people first.
Yeah.
Let them tell their story, because at the end of the day, this isn't just a platform for us to talk. This is a platform for us to bring other people on and allow them to share their story and experiences as well.
everyone has a different path, man, and I'm kind of interested to know how everybody goes through that path. What you do, homeboy might have gone through this, you might have gone through this. Who knows what people want? So that's why we made this show, to motivate people out there, because we all come from different backgrounds, and that's what we're gonna do. This podcast, we're gonna try to bring business owners, like I said, entrepreneurs, artists, barbers. You know, my homeboys that we have. I mean, everywhere around the area, mainly Pasadena and Houston, to be talking about, but.
And we got a lot of people already approved.
Yeah, we got a good lineup coming up, so y'all stay tuned, man, because it's going to be fun. It's going to be interesting. We're going to be drinking. We're going to be sipping. To the people that smoke, you can smoke. You know, it's going to be lit. So I'm pretty fucking excited for this journey. So with that being said, we're going to wrap this shit up. This is the intro. Thank you, Zane. Thank you, Karen.
For sure.
These are my co-hosts. They're taking over with me. And
yes, sir.
shout out to Chris behind the camera,
Shout
man.
out to Chris, man. We appreciate it, man.
Hey,
for real.
appreciate it, man.
This is the pilot episode. We're just getting started.
We're
man.
just getting started, man. So y'all be on the lookout on the Energy Texas Instagram. Be on the social media. Homeboy's gonna take over the social media.
Yes, sir.
Do everything. Homeboy's gonna take over the podcast section. But we're all gonna come together as a team, and we're gonna make this work, man. It's gonna be interesting. And people, y'all comment below if y'all got people that have a story and know it needs to be heard. Y'all comment it, man. We'd love to have them on the podcast. Anybody. It does not matter who it is, female, guy, whatever you're going through. We'd love to have them on here, man, because you know your story needs to be heard. Everybody's going through something, and you need to make that dream come true for sure.
Absolutely.
Appreciate y'all.
That's a wrap on episode 1. Appreciate you guys.
Season 1, EP1. Let's get it.